Warning, this video contains spoilers for the entirety of the Dragon Ball Super manga. Alright. What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Beach. I'm back. It's been a very long time, and I tell you what, but I'm back. I'm glad to be making videos again. And today, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Today will not be a Smash video. I know that's all that's on my channel right now, but I do want to kind of expand it more than just Super Smash Bros. I want to do a Rocket League video or two here soon. I want to talk about anime because, I'm a weeb, so that's something I like to talk about. So yeah, I want to talk about anime, just different things, so it doesn't have to be just be Smash. So I am going to be talking about Dragon Ball today, because I'm a weeb. But yeah, I'm just going to hop right into it. Today it's basically just going to be me rambling about Dragon Ball. I'm not doing this like I have other videos. I'm kind of doing it unscripted, so I haven't really written. Everything else has been, written down to the word. But this is just going to be me just kind of talking about things that I like about it, things I don't like about it, things that I think could possibly happen later on, and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna go right into it. And if you guys like something like this, like me rambling or talking about stuff like this, I'm happy to do more with other shows or other manga. I love Black Clover, love Naruto, One Piece, all those big ones, and then more obscure ones if you guys like. But yeah. Also, I have another video like this in the works. It's kind of like this kind of style. It's going to be more of a podcast kind of style with a guest star. But if it comes out, you will see who that is later. But when it comes to Dragon Ball, I'm not a guru. I'm not Geekdom 101. I don't know everything there is to know about Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball. I've been following Dragon Ball since I was, 5 or 6 years old. I'm 21 now. But I don't know everything there is to know, so if I mess something up or I get something wrong, don't get mad. I didn't do it on purpose. It just means I gotta do more research. But that being said, I do know most things, mainstream about Dragon Ball. So yeah, it was really my first anime that I got into, or actually, it was my first anime before I even knew what anime was. Like, I got into it with my cousin, actually. He was super into it when I was being watched over at his house. His mom was my babysitter over every year during the summertime. So I would go over there, and we'd watch the anime. And there was these 3 games, the Tenkaichi Budokai games, that we would always play. I remember I was obsessed with Piccolo right before I got into the series because I just thought he was cool, this big ass green guy. But when I started watching the show, I really fell in love with Goku. Goku was so cool. We'd play all the games together, and, he was the one that really got me into it. So, shout out to him if he's watching. But it was my first anime before I knew what it was. I remember thinking, man, I wish there was more stuff like this. I really like this fighting and this animation style. It's so cool. And I was always so sad until I really discovered anime, and I kind of discovered it way later than I'm proud of, but I was really sad because I was like, man, I'm never going to experience anything like this, and little did I know there's a whole fucking genre, or yeah, I guess genre of this out there. So Naruto was technically my anime that got me into anime, because that was the one that was like, hey, there's tons of stuff like this. But this one was, it was my first anime. I'm always going to love it for that. Now, I want to talk about Super. We could talk about the old Dragon Ball if you guys want me to talk about that later or in a different video. I'd be glad to. But today is going to be mainly focused on Dragon Ball Super. And overall, I know this series gets so much slack, because it's so disconnected. And I do give people that when I am defending Super to them. They're like, well, there's no overarching narrative. Dragon Ball had this huge narrative, it was the story of Goku from a kid, to a teenager, to adult, to becoming a father, and then a grandfather, and I thought that was super cool. But since Dragon Ball Super takes place in between the 10-year time skip, there's no stakes, 1, and 2, every arc since Super started has been really disjointed, you know. The only one that had any semblance of, like, flowing is kind of Beerus, the first arc with Beerus, and then the second arc with Frieza, you know. But even then, they're totally different stories. And I have to give it to them. I mean, they completely are, and I really wish there was more of a connection between them because, you know, Goku Black has nothing to do with anything before Goku Black, you know, and the Tournament of Power has nothing to do with anything from before it, you know, besides the other universes, which are admittedly really, really, really cool. So I have read the manga and watched the anime, and I prefer the anime. You know, I don't like. I mean, I think the mastered Super Saiyan Blue is cool and all, but I really like Kaioken times 20. I really love Kaioken times 20 with Blue. I think it's just a really cool aesthetic, and I wish the manga had adopted something like that. But mainly, what I'm going to be talking about today is Tournament of Power and on. I loved how in the Tournament of Power, Goku did a transformation, right? He achieved UI Omen. And then Vegeta, you know, how he always follows in Goku's footsteps, he says, well, I want to achieve that too. I don't want to fall behind Goku. But you know, I forget the guy's name that he's trying to go into Ultra Instinct against, but he's getting the shit kicked out of him, and he's like, why can't I go into this stupid form? But, you know, he gives up on that, and I really liked that. I really liked how Goku and Vegeta were going in their own separate directions, you know? Goku was training to master Ultra Instinct, which he did later do. And Vegeta was kind of just paving his own way. I mean, we don't even really know what transformation he made or came up with. We have a name for it, but, you know, what is it? Like, how does it work? What we don't know, you know? At least we know with Ultra Instinct. And then moving past the Tournament of Power, the movie that blew my mind that even, you know, became a thing. So, as I've seen every Dragon Ball movie, or Dragon Ball Z movie. I haven't seen the old Dragon Ball movies, actually. But I have seen, you know, Dragon Ball Z movie 1 through 1 through 12. I gotta tell you, I was not a fan of Broly. You know, I know everybody says this, but this new Broly was interesting. You know, I liked the take on Broly. He was more of a sympathetic character. You know, his dad was kind of the villain in this, as well as Frieza. But also, I love Frieza. That's something you gotta know about me. Frieza's my favorite character in Dragon Ball. He's freaking awesome. But I really enjoyed what they did with Broly's powers. You know, he's kind of like that feral origin of the Saiyans. You know, he taps into the Uzaru power without even turning into the Uzaru form. And so what I think is the possible next step for that would be to introduce Super Saiyan 4 into the quote-unquote canon or main timeline of the Dragon Ball story. You know, we have Super Saiyan 4 in the Dragon Ball GT storyline canon. But, you know, I mean, it's all but confirmed that Dragon Ball Super has erased GT from the timeline. So I think, you know, since Goku's going, this is something else I want to talk about, Goku is going the way of the angels, you know, with Ultra Instinct. And now that Vegeta is going the way of learning the Wakai technique and being trained by Beerus, he's going the way of the God of Destruction, you know. And Broly, he could really go the way of the Saiyan, you know. I that's something I came up with. That's not a real name or anything. But, you know, he could tap into the Uzaru form without turning into an Uzaru. And he's more... seems like he's more tied to the Saiyan's origins. So, possibly go a different route than the other two. And I really like that, you know. I don't like when characters have the exact same power-ups because, like, I could just watch Goku do that, or I could watch Vegeta do the thing that Goku just did, you know? There's no real difference between them. So I liked how they were moving into a new direction. And also, I am very, 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 very happy that Oob is being introduced into the manga. You know, at the end of the Moro arc, when Goku is asking for energy, Oob shows up and was like, hey, take my energy. And then Goku's like, holy shit, what the hell is this energy? And, you know, I'm finally thinking that we're going to be starting to move past the end of Z, which I think for this series is absolutely crucial. It's going to have to be rewritten because apparently, you know, Bulma hadn't seen Goku for years at the Tenkaichi Budokai that they met and saw Oob at, but that's fine. You know, that's not a huge deal. But I am very excited to see what part Oob is going to play in the future of Dragon Ball. GT kind of did him dirty, you know, because while it is Goku's story, GT was really the Goku show. You know, he was transformed back into a kid, you know, and he had the whole thing with Super 17, and that wasn't very good. And then he had the whole thing with Baby Vegeta, and you know, it was okay. You know, it's just I wish they would have really focused in on the cool aspect of the Dark Dragon Balls. You know, I thought that was a really interesting plot point. You know, the Dragon Balls have been used so much, what they have, you know, like that death was meaningless, and so there was consequences for them. I thought that was cool. God, I love those loud noises. But yeah, I don't want to get too off topic. So yeah, I'm happy Oob's being introduced. I'm happy that we're probably going to be going past the end of Super. I think that's super awesome. Also, I want to talk a little bit about Ultra Instinct. So, when Ultra Instinct was introduced, I really, really wanted it to be like Goku's final form, in which now it's kind of looking that it's not going to be. But if it is, I think they have a way of making it. But when it was first introduced, like UI Omen, you know, he didn't really transform. He just kind of like became the state of being. You know, he was like just able to dodge. You know, that Nagata no Gokui, that's the mastery of self-movement. So, I thought what Mastered Ultra Instinct was going to look like was just Goku in his base form. You know, I thought since he would be able to master that technique so perfectly, you know, he wouldn't have to enter it. It's not even a transformation. It's a technique. It's him, you know, moving without thinking and attacking without thinking. So it's not something he has to transform into. It's something that he can always be like a state of being. So I thought he would just look normal, but they went the route with the hair color, and I think that was kind of detrimental to the whole Ultra Instinct thing. And then, you know, with Jiren kind of being able to keep up with it, and Moro kind of being able to keep up with it, I think they're cheapening how Ultra Instinct should be. I think it should be the end-all, be-all. Goku should be nigh untouchable, except for anybody who has achieved Ultra Instinct. But what I think they're doing now is, they did state this, that Goku has mastered Ultra Instinct, like being able to go into the mastered form or technique, but he hasn't mastered the use of the technique. He can't access it all the time like the angels can. So I think that's where they're going to be going with it, which is okay. You know, it's not terrible. I think it's cool, but I also wish they would have took more time for Goku to, you know, master that technique. Like they did it. He did it in one arc. You know, he found out about it in the Tournament of Power, and now one arc later, he's mastered it or able to tap into it at will. So, yeah, that's okay. I do think I'm fairly certain that anime will be coming back, but I don't know when. I'm guessing. I would be surprised if we see it before the end of 2021, but if we did, that would be flippin' awesome. But I don't see it happening. I would see it in like 2022, you know, and I don't think that they're going to adapt Broly because Broly was so big, and that's another thing. I want Broly to be in this series, you know. I haven't seen him or heard about him since the movie, and he was such a big character in the movie. Obviously, he was the title character, but I think they have so much potential with Broly, you know, because they being Goku and Vegeta have kind of outgrown the Z Fighters, you know. Krillin can't do shit, you know, besides the Tournament of Power where they got these absurd power boosts that was kind of annoying, but Krillin can't do anything, Tien can't do anything, you know, poor Yamcha didn't even get invited, but Yamcha can't do anything. All the old Z Fighters are kind of null and void, save for maybe Gohan, who should get a freaking power up, but apparently he's not important anymore. But they could make a new, like, the quote-unquote super fighters, you know? Goku, Vegeta, maybe Gohan, Broly. There's so much potential, you know. I mean, those are all Saiyans, but I don't know why I'm having trouble thinking of other people to Oob. Obviously, Oob would be cool to have in the Super Fighters, but it seems to me that that's not the direction they're going to be going with it, which is kind of a shame. But if they did, that'd be cool. Oh man, all right. You know, that's about all I wanted to talk about today. This was kind of fun, you know. Whenever I watch shows, you know, I don't really have anybody to talk about it. My sister is she's pretty into anime now, you know. Her and I go to Barnes & Noble and buy manga all the time, but, you know, she's pretty new at it, you know. She's only been watching anime for a year. Granted, I've only been watching it for coming up on 4 years, but, I don't see her all the time, and, you know, I don't want to text her and talk about it, you know, I want to talk about it in person. But this was pretty cool, you know, just talking about how I feel about this series, like, what I did like and what I didn't like. So, yeah, if you guys liked this, I would love to do another video like this, because this was super fun, you know. I didn't have to write about it. I just kind of gave myself some bullet points on things I wanted to talk about, and I just kind of talked. I know I use a lot of filler words, so you have to bear with me, but I really liked this. So, yeah, this is Mr. Meech. A new Smash video should be coming up in a couple of days. I think you guys will like that one. I know I definitely had a lot of fun making it. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure you like, sub, comment, sell your soul, all that fun stuff. Also, if you're still here, I thank you, and this is like me in post during editing and stuff. I just recently made a Discord server. The link's going to be down in the description if you guys, you know, want to come hang out. I know I've a really small channel and everything, but I'd be happy to come hang out and talk with you guys. So it's in the description. Come check it out. We'll have a good time. I'd love to see you guys here again. Peace.